there's two types of journaling that I think is really good. Okay. One is your trading journal. Okay. So your trading journal, and that is your actual kind of accountability journal for the trades that you're taking. Because if you are not tracking something, you cannot expect to improve. How do I know what I'm doing wrong, where I need to work, what I need to improve on if I'm not tracking it? Okay. So if you start tracking it, you quantify it, then you can target your areas. The most obvious things you need to track are the trade itself. Okay. What was the setup? So maybe put the risk reward tool on there, screenshot it. There's your before, there's your after. What's the reasoning? Why did you actually take the trade? Do you have your trading checklist? Okay, well, this, and this happened, and that was, trade A for my system, or that was a B setup for my system, right? Because your system might have a swing entry, a scalp entry, a Monday trade. Like, what was the actual setup? What was the reasoning? Then all of your data. So what's the RR? What was your expectancy? All of the data. Did you win or lose? How much were you expecting to make? How much did you actually make? What was the actual return? And then with all your data, you're going to get things like your win rate, right? And your average risk reward and all of the other fucking data points. Now, you can do this all manually. There's tons of people on Twitter, on YouTube, I'm sure you can find, who have created like Notion or Excel templates that you can just rip off and use. You can also pay for something like TradeZella or fucking Edgewonk, where they do all this shit for you. Outside of this, you also can do your kind of like non-quantifiable shit, right? Like your emotions. Okay, I entered the trade, and then how did I feel? Your emotions, right? So I entered the trade, it came near my TP, I felt greedy, and I didn't close, and then it nuked back down, and then I felt really sad, and I ended up closing for 0.5R when I could have closed for 2R. That's important data. It's not a number, but it's what were you feeling? It came near my stop, I got scared, and I closed early, and then went to my TP. Now you say, okay, well, at my last 3 trades, I didn't trust the setup, I got greedy, or I got fearful, or whatever else happened. Again, you got to write this shit down. What were you feeling in the moment? Were you euphoric? Did you feel FOMO? Were you scared? Were you greedy? Were you happy, horny? I don't know. Write this shit down, okay? This is the kind of stuff that you should be doing in your trade journal. Obviously, you can go on and on how detailed you want it, but this is kind of like the bare minimum, I would say. Then on the life side, right, is your gay boy journal, your diary. Oh, Trader Main's so gay, he has a diary. I'm not gay. You're gay, okay? But yes, I have I should probably find it. It's somewhere. But I have a journal, right, where I will write down just shit, dude. Like, what are my goals for the year? Okay, and then what does that look like every month? What does that look like? So like goals, right? I do this, you don't have to do it on New Year's. You do it whenever you want, but break it down yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. If you say, I want to make $100,000 from trading this year, that's a really big goal. And you might be like, fuck, dude, that's like, I'm terrified of that goal because I don't know how I'm going to get there. It's so much money. Okay, well, to make 100K on the year, how much do you have to make every month? Okay, break that down, right? How much do I got to make every week? What do I got to do every day to get myself to that goal? When you break it down into more bite-sized bits, it becomes way easier. It doesn't have to be about money. It could be about fucking relationships. You want to meet someone. Okay, well, I want to make sure I'm going to places or, going on dates or whatever. You're at the gym. I want to lose weight. I want to gain weight. I want to bench press 2 plates. Right now you're benching 1 plate. How much do I have to incrementally grow? Yearly, monthly, weekly, break it down. So then every single day you wake up, you know exactly what you need to fucking do. And this doesn't have to be, you don't have to track it every single fucking day. I go through waves. I go through days where I'm fucking journaling every day for 7 days in a row, and then I won't do anything for a week. But writing your goals down, breaking them down into bite-sized bits, I believe that is what allows you to manifest the things that you want in your life to you. Some people call it the law of attraction. Some people call it fucking manifestation, whatever you want to fucking call it. Prayer, it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't work. Everyone's like, oh, I want to be rich. I'm just going to manifest money to me. It's a great start, but you got to make it actionable, right? Okay, what am I going to do to get that money? You got to do the work still. But if you write it down, you put it in your book, I'm going to have this car. Okay, I'm going to make this much money. This is what my life is going to look like in 5 years, 10 years, next year, 2 months from now. Write that shit fucking down. It motivates you. It helps you feel accomplished. It helps you track your progress. And it makes it way easier to attain these things because you're tracking them, in my opinion. So I do both. I don't do this as much. I don't trade journal nearly as much as I used to because I'm not as trading nearly as much as I used to. And also my trade journal is kind of Discord. Like when I post a setup in the Haven, I have my reasoning for it, blah, blah, blah. But this is super key. A lot of the great things that have happened to me in my life that I've attracted to me were in a diary. They were in a journal. They were written down.